This week we're in the chapter, The Grass is Always Greener Where You Water It, in my 5th book, Emanations of Illumination. And last week and this week in the Torah, we're reading about blessings and curses. And we have to realize continuously giving of ourselves to others constitutes a flowing life force like water. It's essential to being in a blissful and connected state. Of course, it takes work, but without the work, we can become trapped in a vicious cycle that can lead to worry, anxiety, anger, and depression. And anger, as you know, is toxic to both the body and the soul, often triggering our fight, flight, or freeze response, which could flood the body with stress hormones, health issues, and digestive problems. The cure for all of this is easier said than done, but it begins with a healthy perspective, with trust and faith that all is for the good and that everything will work out in the end. After my mom passed away, I started a project called Don't Block Your Blessings and had people from all over the world, including musicians and actors, share how to bring more positivity into our life and more blessings. And one of my favorite people, Meira Perry, the wife of Yonatan Perry, I'm a big fan of them and their family. I just love them so much. And they did a video for this project, and I'm just going to share what Meira shared in this video. I like to spin any negative thoughts into a positive. I picture my thoughts like this. When something negative enters my mind, I picture it like the New York Stock Exchange that goes by. As I envision them, I let them go by. Sometimes they resurface right away, but I can replace them in a conscious effort into a lighter way of thinking about that situation, or with a different thought entirely. We are in complete control, and that's an incredible gift from Hashem. When I'm cold, I'm happy. Hot, I'm happy. My legs hurt, I'm happy. Crying, I'm happy. Because I'm alive to have that experience of whatever that thing is, to feel something, a touch, the rain, to smell, to see, to walk, to breathe, to wake up is such a happy and thankful thing. There's a famous story about the sage Rabbi Akiva, how he transformed himself from a lowly shepherd to one of the most important and influential sages of our time. The story starts when Rachel offered to marry this uneducated Rabbi Akiva, if only he would devote his life to Torah learning. This was an unfathomable act, as Rachel was the only daughter of kaballah who was held in great esteem as a prominent family in Jerusalem. Akiva felt that what Rachel was asking of him was impossible. He was already 40 years old, but one day he observed water dripping onto a stone, and he noticed the steady trickling had made an impression on the stone. And then he realized if drops of water on a stone can make an imprint, then even I can learn Torah. And Rabbi Akiva went from seeing himself as hopeless and full of doubt to becoming one of the greatest Torah scholars of our time. So we have to realize that staying hopeful and staying in spaces of positivity and giving ourselves and continuously giving ourselves that which nourishes us, like water and like all the things for our spiritual selves. This is what takes us from a hopeless state or a state of almost spiritual slumber to a state of awakening and transformation. And when we do that, Rabbi Nachman says, little by little is still good. Each one of these little steps can take us to where we ultimately need to go. And as we see with Rabbi Akiva, he became one of the greatest scholars of all time. And that was from a state at 40 years old of not knowing any Torah. Anything is possible, and the world is full of infinite possibilities. Tap into the light of the infinite. Shabbat Shalom.